welcome to a new video. Today I wanted to dive into my passion and experimenting with mixed media. I always used to think previously that I had to pick one single passion. I grew up always hearing the quote, "Jack of all trades, master of none," and it honestly took effect on me, and I felt like I couldn't explore all of these different aspects of my creativity. I felt like if I really wanted to do something as a career or master something, I had to choose one artistic outlet and just practice. I remember being an adult and experimenting with mixed media and hearing the second half of the quote, "Jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one." And I was like, what the fuck? How are you gonna cut a quote in half when it completely changes the meaning? So now that we know that that was all a farce from us becoming cool multidisciplinary artists, let's sit back and relish in the juiciness of mixed media creation.
Se fue pa'l norte el grande musiquero, indio enojado buscando un dinero. Era del norte puro zacatecano, tocando rolas pa' amanecer bailando.
I think that the reason mixed media can feel a little bit overwhelming at times is that it is so vast and it's so free, and it's basically just anything, and sometimes rules and restrictions and guidelines actually help you to create, and mixed media feels kind of like the opposite of that. You can do literally anything you want to, and figuring out what you actually want to do can be difficult. So I've come up with some fun little activities for us to do together. I'm really excited to do them myself to kind of open the door to mixed media. I feel like the only way to figure out what you really like combining and what you really like creating is to try out different things and to try out different combinations of things. So the first activity we're going to start with is photography. So I want you to scour around your house and find any photos that might be lying around. I found mine hanging up on a little photo laundry line that I have, and those are kind of the only printed photos I have right now, so I just figured use those. They're random, it'll spark your creativity to have to think of something because it's not pre-planned. Alright, so originally I was planning to do sewing and to take a needle and thread and sew through a picture. I've never done it before, and I just have seen it done with photographs, so that's what I was going to do, but I realized I don't actually have any thread right now. I honestly don't know if this is going to go very well. Oh shit. Okay, I got a big rip. It's a bit too big. This is kind of reckless, you know, I feel like sewing would be so much more precise. I'm gonna try to feed this through, and I will not be surprised if it doesn't line up because of that rip. Oh, it's actually lining up quite well. I don't want to speak too soon or anything. Yeah, that's something. Let's tie it up. Alright, getting a double tie on this has been incredibly annoying, so I'm just going to tape each of these. Alright, so next I'm thinking about adding a name to the bus, the location of where we were. It's kind of giving me the feeling of a scrapbook of a memory. It's coming together, and this is going to look so cute hanging with my other pictures. So I'm going to add some fruit stickers. I'm so obsessed with fruit stickers. I chose this one because it says Sweetest BFF, which is so cute, and it reminds me of me and Ali. I actually think fruit stickers are so cute, and I want to show you my absolute favorite one I've ever found. I put it on my sketchbook. It's this one. This is literally the cutest fruit sticker ever. I would like to have a whole page of these stickers. The way that it's golden, it's just stunning. I love it so much. I think it would look great on here. Sometimes when I don't want to do something with my hands, putting it onto the picture, even though I recommend that experience for sure, I'll take little pieces of paper like this and these fruit stickers, and I'll scan them, and then I'll add them in digitally. That way it's just easier to place stuff. Alright, now that we tried sticking some little beads and some little stickers on there, let's move on to something a little bit different, but still with photography, and I'm going to pull out my paints and try painting on one of the photos. I hope you can hear me somewhat good. Ali's showering, so you might be able to hear some peaceful rainfall water in the background. If you want to paint on pictures, you can use Mod Podge to like add a layer down first. Or what's the other one called? It's matte medium. You can put that down and it makes it like not as like slippery maybe. What should I do? I'm just doing some like leaves and stuff like that. When my mom came to visit me, which is when we took these photos in the forest, we also painted a little mural in my bathroom. It's kind of like a pattern around the door frame. And so these little like symbols, like the leaves and the flowers, kind of remind me of the mural we did. I find mixed media art to be a super freeing experience when you're thinking about creating something, because you aren't in the constraints, but like you aren't in the constraints. You can literally do whatever you want, and like whatever you think is going to bring the piece to life and to make it look the way that you want it to look like. Like if you're painting something and then you think if adding pencilgrams is going to make it work, or if you think adding a photo to the background instead of painting the background is going to make it work the way that you want it to, like you can do that. I think with painting on photos it takes like a little while to dry, and don't worry if the first layer looks like not the best because you just put another layer on top. I feel like the first layer is really just like creating something for the paint to stick onto. I finished the second layer and it's looking quite cutesy. And then I have the idea that each of the little center of the flowers I could put a bead in. I'm thinking of a better thread to have used for this. I literally have clear, like tiny thread. That would have been so much more easier probably. Alright, I finished up my little final photos. I'm really pleased with them. I think they're adorable. I think that they're perfect, like if you're doing a scrapbook page, you could add this into your scrapbook page and you would add so much to the elements of your scrapbook page. They're tactile and they're just so satisfying to look at, and that's what I really like about mixed media and just adding random things onto your art and your photography. Alright, today's mixed media adventure is doing a scrapbook page. So I'm going to open up my sketchbook and basically just do a scrapbook page or a scrapbook spread. I'm sure you've probably done scrapbooking at some point before in school or like for a vision board or something, so it's probably not entirely new, but we're going to try to put in as much mixed media as we possibly can. So just go around your house and try to find any little things like paper, stickers, I'm talking flower petals, I'm talking random things like little memorabilia. Maybe you have like a ticket from like something you went to, or you have like a seed packet like for like growing plants or something. Like literally just any random things. Compile a bunch of stuff and then you just have it all spread out on your desk while you're making your scrapbook page. Previously, I've often done scrapbook pages to commemorate like an event or like a moment or something. This time I'm gonna pick a theme, and the theme is gonna be spring, and the reason I'm picking that, of course, it's becoming spring, but I also found this girl on Instagram that I've been really liking, her like broadcast channel, because she gives prompts for scrapbook spreads and then everybody shares them in a Google Drive, and it's just a really cute like crafty community. So if you're into that, you could check her out as well. And I'm seeing some flowers over there, so I'm definitely gonna be taking some leaves and like flower petals. So I have this random like photo of me. It's kind of big, but it's okay. We want lots of stuff on here. So I'm gonna take some of this, because this is like a really good background. I find scrapbooking really fun because I literally just feel like a kid when I'm scrapbooking. Like it doesn't really matter, you know? You're just having fun and like doing stuff with your hands and putting things down. And I also love how it always just comes to life over time. Like you never know really what it's gonna look like when it's done, because you're just adding things on top of other things. This is like a little thing that Allie brought home from a museum one time, and this was like little things you could take. This is a photo I took in BC. I love taking self-portrait photos in nature, and this is one of the spots I like to walk to on a regular basis. I love the little like dandelions. The whole entire field was just filled with dandelions, and that's what inspired me to take this photo. And then I printed them out to make little like photo prints for the first time to see what it would be like. I'm going to move this aside for a second to look through some magazines. See if I find anything to add in, anything kind of like springtime nature-y, like that's kind of cute. These are a bunch of really old Life magazines that I've had for literally ever. Ooh, this is nice. A fidget toy. I feel like I have to add that in. I don't know if it's spring vibes, but like I do really wish I had seed packs because I feel like that would just be a really cute addition to this. It's like the perfect thing for spring. I also kind of want to put like art in there, so I might like sketch on another piece of paper and like stick it in. Sketch some like springtime things. I have these, which are like really cool. Oh, I also have these. I wasn't gonna add this little ticket stub I found because it didn't necessarily match, but now that I have this, it kind of feels like it matches because of the subway card. But I don't really know where I would put it. It's kind of huge. I made this little thing, so I'm gonna glue it in. It's spring! Alright, I'm gonna try to make a flower with these little petals, I think. I think it's gonna be very difficult and tedious and annoying, potentially. Okay, there you go. Those are all secured in, and I think they look really cute, and it's like pulling all the colors together from this red here. So I also drew these little things. I really wanted the seeds, so I'll probably put this here somewhere, and this could go like here or something. I'm really excited to be able to like upgrade some of my plants by repotting them. I've been waiting for the spring since it's just been like cold and stuff. The stickers part is honestly the most fun. If I had like so many pamphlets of stickers, I think that would be really fun. I think for these I'm gonna like cut the little fruits out and just glue them in. Look at these little guys! I was so happy to find these. They're so cute for like adding little tabs in your books and stuff. Alright, I also have these like poppy stickers. They're like kind of 3D. Now we're left with a cool little spring sketchbook page, and it's just so cool to look into it, and especially when you're like recapturing memories or events, I think it's just so cool to be able to add the tangible elements of like going there. It just brings like the whole world into your sketchbook, and it's really cool to be able to look back on and see the actual like tickets and flowers and stuff that was a part of your life at that time. If you've been doing this with me so far or getting inspired, I think that's really cool, and you've probably created a bunch of new little arts at this point. Today is the third activity, and hopefully we're in this together because this is a bit of a scary one because I've never done mixed media before. I mean, because I've never done miniatures before. Alright, today's the third activity, and we're gonna make miniatures. I've decided already what I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make books because I can figure out a way to make that so it feels kind of approachable, and I don't want it to feel too hard. I was thinking of making like a little shelf basically with like a little vase on it with flowers and some books. So for now I'll just make some books and we'll see how it goes. I have this idea in my head of how to start. And it's just using one piece of paper and to make like a bunch of books, multiple books. Oh wait, do I want them different sizes? This is gonna be like the width of the book. And I'm just gonna go back and forth and really hope that I don't get a paper cut. Alright, now we have this little instrument. So I'm going to cut here at this line at the end. Alright, now I'm going to cut the size of the books I want, so like the tallness of them. They're all going to be this wide. Like I have a book that's like really tall, or a book that's like short, regular size. I wonder if I'll be able to cut through it. Not too hard. And now I'm gonna get like a thicker paper and glue it on for the covers, and then these will be like the inside pages. I feel like it would be cool if I used a few different things so that each book had like a different vibe. Maybe I can use this like canvas paper. I feel like tape's gonna work better. I'm just pushing down the edge a bit on the spine of the book so that it's not too round. On some like red kind of construction paper, and I decided to put 2 of these little book things together to try to make a thicker book. So this one has double the amount of pages as these other ones. I saw this stuff and I'm like, this looks like newspaper. So I'm thinking of cutting like small a wee newspaper. Alright, now I'm gonna try to use some cute little wrapping paper. Oh, this one's so cute. This is wrapping paper that my grandma sent me, my Omi sent me for my birthday. Like, she wrapped stuff in there, and I've used it for literally so many things. Now I've used it in like 2 scrapbooks. I've used it as a scan in my video. I've now used it to make a tiny little book. I guess we'll make one more book. Why not? This is like a thick paper. I'm gonna use that. Alright, now I kind of want to paint the books, but it's like, they're so small. But I can figure it out.
I hate the world and everything in it. I hate the seas and long skies. I pray to God He gonna be with me when I finally lose my mind. Said I could be myself if you want. You said, please don't be no one else that you are. So I hate the world and everything in it, just to get you off my mind.
So I've been trying to make them a little bit more interesting. I added a little bit of text and like stickers. And this one I doodled on. We left these 2, and these ones are like kind of taking a while to dry. So far these ones are my favorite. So cute.
I hate the world and everything in it. I hate the
This ones look more like homemade, like journals or something, but honestly, that's fine. We've now acquired a tiny little library of miniature books, and I'm pretty stoked about it. I've been pinning miniature things on my Pinterest for like almost a year now, and this is the first miniature thing that I've made. It feels exciting to try different things, and this gives me lots of ideas. Whenever I try new things, I get more ideas out of it. If you want to see what happens with these little books, subscribe, because I think that in a future art log I might show myself making like a little shelf and putting this up into my art area where I could put like flowers and something on it. I just think it'd be so cute to have a little miniature thing up on my art area. We made mini books, we made a scrapbook, sketchbook page, we did some funky stuff with photos. Let me know if you liked the video and you might want to see like a similar vibe of more different mixed media ideas. I wanted to show you this book that I found at the library recently. It's called Mixed Media Doesn't-Seem Experiments in Altering Books. And the way that they alter books is actually mind-blowing to me. Like, this is literally a baguette book. Like, you can literally do anything. This one's made out of like cardboard and random like yarn. This is like, I don't even see how this is a book. It's a doll book, apparently. Look at this. All these cutouts, and there's like a book in the middle of a book. This is a sandwich book. This is like the cutest diary or journal I've ever seen. More doll books. A human body book. Look at this. It has a DVD player in it and it's made to look like a book. I got this because I'm super excited about zine making as well, and all of these are like super inspiring when it comes to zines. Because it's cool to get like really creative with the way, the structure of the zine. This is like a cassette deck. A lot of cutout ones. I just think this is so cool. Like, this is so cool to me. It's like a pull-out one. Comes out of this frame. And then there's a tiny little book hanging from the end of it. That's all I'll show for now. Thanks so much for stopping by.